things to do. Click on the X up here by the butterfly. First choose the sculpting mode, then choose the X. Click the X so that that's symmetrical. Then if you want to see your tools, go to the wrench and screwdriver and you can see the tools that you're using. And this tells you the name of the brush, sculpt, draw. The brush name is draw, and then the brush list here. You have all these things you can change just by using the slider, but you can also do that with your pen. I would go down to the bottom and open Remesh, and take this down a bit, like to 10, 11, 12, something like that, and you can ready to go. If you hit Control Z to undo something, it might deactivate your symmetry. So I do know I'm doing an alligator and I'm going to have the mouse closed. With the basic form, with this brush down at the bottom, so the snakehook brush hotkey is K. On the snake. For this brush, I would make it quite large. Hotkeys for changing the size of the brush. F. F will take you to this sort of dial. Pressing F. Or, same as with Sharp, the bracket keys, which I think it's increments of. Well, this is like 30% or something like that. So it goes from 403 to 37. You can change it if you want. I like that. I like that. Pull it out, start to pull out the shape, push and pull it. Now it's going to be an alligator. Another thing you want to do is hit that remesh button every once in a while. The remesh button will reorganize all your geometry. You want to zoom in and out, and you can set up on your tablet. Set up your back button to middle mouse click right here, and it clicks middle mouse. This puts your mouse controls for zooming and moving brush onto your back button on the pen. You can also have different setups for different programs. So this one is set to all devices currently. And you see the stretching the geometry. The remesh button, go to your remesh on the far right hand side, look down at the bottom, click the remesh button. You'll see that it reorganizes that. So use this brush to get the basic form. A 1 hour sculpt, which is kind of what we're doing. It's called a speed sculpt, and that would be considered gesture drawing from a ZBrush or digital sculpting point of view. It's similar to gesture drawing. When ZBrush first came out, the ZBrush artists started this trend practice, and they called it speed sculpting, and very good trend. And it really increases your digital sculpting abilities because you're practicing quite a bit. One thing they used to do, though, was after they were finished, they would delete whatever it was that they sculpted, which I like to keep them. Another tool you can try is the Darn Topo tool. Just before that, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. So to smooth, hold Shift on any brush and it will smooth out whatever you did. So just going around the whole thing is moving it a bit. That also simplifies, or that reorganizes geometry as well to smooth. So when you click on Dyn Triple, which is dynamic topology, you won't be able to use the remesh until after you turn off Dyn Triple. You can go back and forth between them. And Dyn Triple has a detail size, which is similar to voxel size, of 12. Raise it, or make it smaller. It will be similar. Same thing will happen. This will happen in remesh. Now you notice when you start to move it, you'll see that the geometry is small triangles instead of squares. Horns. Okay, never mind. If you raise the size a bit, see what happens when you move it. See? It changes the size of the. They call it detail. Take it back down. So for different things, no matter what you're making, you may have a larger detail size or a smaller detail size. And holding shift will smooth here as well. Holding control and your back pin button will zoom in and out. Like rotate, hold your back pin button, and side to side is hold back pin button and shift. It looks like it starts in the middle and then it spreads out to the sides. I'll be good to go the entire thing first just to get some texture. I like this brush because it gives you like an actual clay, simulates real clay very well the way it looks. Most of the time the textures also fit well with the sculpture itself. So far I haven't used it yet. If you want, you can reverse the tool by holding Control, and you want to use it to cut grooves and things. So just reversing the draw sharp brush. And I made it a little bit bigger so it made these grooved, more cylindrical shapes on the knife. smooth the crease tool. And let's see, some of these bigger bumps are hold control, reverses this. I'm just going to get some larger bumps for this kid. Yeah, crease. So here, it does is close gaps, squeeze things tight, which will make it look more like the grooves and creases that we're trying to make. Them out. So when you're sculpting, make things a little bit larger, and expect to use some tool like this. No, it really looks like corn. Jeez. Alright, let's try. Right. Go to on the top, you have these 4 symbols. It's using the wireframe, that's the mesh. Sculpting, several types of sculpting modes, and then you have the one. That is pretty cool, just to check out what your details look like on your sculpture.